Hi everyone, this is Noelle, Scrap Paper Art, and I'm here to show you my first completed design team project for My Fairy Treasures over at Etsy. And my previous video I showed you all the embellishments that I used that I got in my design team package. You can go check that out. So here is my finished project. It is a 5x7 canvas. I don't think it's all going to fit in here. It's not very thick. It's one of the thin ones. What I did is I first put a coat of gesso over it, and then I took, you can see it better on the back, I took the paper book pages that Angie had sent, and I ripped them up and laid them down with some matte medium, front and back, and then I went over it all with this acrylic paint. It's by Master's Touch, and it's ocean green. I love that color. And then what I did is I took a paper doily. I have a bunch of these. Quite a few years ago I had made my own acrylic paint shimmer mist and sprayed a bunch of doilies in different colors, and I love how they turned out. I don't know if you can see that or not. But anyways, I cut it in half and just glued that on. And then I took this piece, which is the copper filigree flower, the medium, and I folded it in half. As you can see, it's in the back there. I just folded it in half and put it down with glossy accent. This is a stamp that I got from Unity Stamps not too long ago. I love this stamp. It's just this, exactly what you see. It's a half, and it comes with a couple of sentiments, and I did that with archival brown ink, and then I took a brad and I cut the prongs off and just glued that onto the center there. I took one of my doilies and I cut it in half and I glued that down, and then here is that the clock piece from Angie's shop, and this is where it had a little hole that you could put dangles, but I just put a little pearl there, flat back pearl. The girl image is one that I got off Pinterest. It's from, oh gosh, I can't remember her name. Deli Girl here on YouTube. She had it. It's in her Pinterest. I'll try and find it and then link it below. And what I did is I took, as you can see, I layered pieces here. I took my Spellbinders labels 23, and I took this one and this one, and I first cut it out, the larger piece in black, and then I cut it the same piece out in designer paper, and then I went back with the smaller die and laid it on the designer paper and cut out like a frame, and then laid that on, and then I popped her up in the middle of it. And on the four corners is this filigree, this piece, the filigree flower, and I just cut it in fourths. I added I first did gesso on it, and then I put Viva Decor, the rose color, over the top of it. And I did the same thing on here. I put different Viva Decors on it. I put the rose and then some blue and some copper, and then I went back over it with real lightly with some gesso, and then wiped that off. And this is another piece from Angie's store. This is the clock. It's this one, the antique vintage gear clocks, and I did the same thing. I actually put gesso all over it first, And then I went over it with some of the rose Viva Decor, and then this was the hole that you could put something on there, and I just covered that again with flat back pearl. And all the pieces I also went over with Mod Podge to seal in the color. Then what I did is I took and put some laces. I had this large piece of lace that I laid down, and then this blue kind of like matches the color lace with some sequins on it, and all of this lace came from my blessing haul, which I did a video on. And then here is another piece from Angie's shop. It is the antique bronze vintage gear clock. And then what I did is I took a Tim Holtz, the tiny little paper clip, and I used, let me see if I can get that around. I used the key, the small little key that came in my design team, and then I had this little angel wing that it was in my stash, and I did the same thing. I put gesso on it, and then I went over it with some Viva Decor rose and some blue and that. And then the sentiment I got off of the internet. I just Googled it, and it says, "Time is free, but it's priceless. You can own it, but you can't own it, but you can use it. You can't keep it, but you can spend it. Once you've lost it, you can never get it back." And I thought that was just, it was perfect. There was other sentiments, but quotes, but I like this one the best for that. So, and then on the back, I just have my my stamp that I have that with scrap paper art, and that's it. I have this here. It's one of the curtain hook, and that's how I just clip it on the top, and that's how I'm hanging it. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and please leave a comment. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.